Oh, hello, everyone.
I
Did you guys have any issues with joining the call?
No, not really.
I literally clicked on the fucking link. It says meeting invalid. I get confused. Okay. Do we wait a couple of more minutes to see if anyone else joins?
Hmm.
Cool. Okay. Are you feeling comfortable with your two colleagues listening, for example, to a role playing between you and Ruski? Is the question I'm asking myself. You can be louder. Oh, mamma mia, Shusef Arai. Yeah, so I would say we're gonna try it, and then in the worst case, we're just gonna do the role playing between Miles and Ruskia. Miles, are you there?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. So just so you know, Miles, Nika, like she has two colleagues or something like that in the background, so they may be a little bit loud. So I want to just make Ruski and Nika do the role play. But then in
Hmm.
case the background is just gonna be too loud, I would like you to just take over and make it with Ruski, yeah?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Wonderful.
Just 1 minute, I'm coming back.
Yeah, all good. So please, Ruski, Nika, I don't really mind who starts. Just start, do the pre-frame and go through the whole discovery question till the transition to the pitch.
Hmm. You can start, Nico.
You just say okay. I was like, you just said you can start, Nika, and she just stood up and went away.
I needed to grab a pen. Okay, sorry. Hey, Ruski, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, what made you decide to come on this call today?
I don't know, just discover my options to see how I can scale.
So, nothing in particular that's stood out.
I don't know, just the cold call. I think you cold called me. It sounded really interesting. So I thought, why not hop on a call?
Sorry. Um, so how this call is gonna go? I'm first gonna ask you some questions to see how we can customize our program best for you and if it's interesting for you. And after that, I will show how we work and how we will make the adjustments for you. Does that sound good?
That's great.
So how many leads do you get on average?
Like per month?
Yes, per month.
I would say on average I get like 20 leads maybe.
And how much would you close of them, if I may ask?
That's a hard question, but I would estimate like 3.
Wait a second. I just came to the conclusion, Ruski. It's not a problem with your microphone in the headphones because you currently have different headphones. It's your setting on Zoom. If I'm not mistaken, you have either adjust the volume automatically or something like that. And sometimes you're speaking louder, sometimes you're speaking more quietly. And it starts moving. Because of which sometimes like I can hear you very clearly. Sometimes you just like I can hear as you will be like 1 or 2 meters away from the microphone.
So I connected a microphone like that. I thought it might sound better. I don't know. Maybe I moved too much, too close.
You have not moved you have not moved 10 millimeters.
So I will try without the microphone and try with my headphones. So look.
It's either. Do you have a laptop or do you have a PC?
PC.
Do you have a lot of tabs open right now? Like a lot of applications or something like that?
No, not really.
Click on Control Alt. What the fuck is in the right down corner? Is it delete? Control Alt delete? Like so you can open the control manager.
Control Alt.
And then you have manager, like application manager or something like that?
Yeah, task manager.
Yes. Double check if your RAM is like at the highest or something like that. Because there is a chance that your sound card is just not getting enough power, because of which your sound is just cutting off.
Here's just CPU and processor, I think, like something like that. And they get like 70% and the CPU.
No, the CPU is fine. Okay, but then just like if you're gonna notice this at some recordings and something like that, I will double check. But then in this case, just move forward.
I try to disconnect the microphone and just use my headphones. Can you?
It's even worse.
Can't you? Can you?
Your PC is definitely using too much RAM. Your PC, or it's a problem with your electricity storage. I forgot the fucking name of it. Like something in your PC doesn't get enough power. Because now you only were on your headphones, and the only thing I was able to hear was 1 sentence, 3 words missing, 1 sentence, 3 words were just spread out. Nika, do you even realize how big this vape is in your hand? I don't know if it's that huge or if your hands are just so small.
I'm small, okay? Don't judge me.
See, the smallest chefs are the most dangerous.
Okay, now.
Well, just please move forward. I just wanted to let you know. It was not the issue with headphones you had yesterday. Because as a matter of fact, the microphone in the headphones you had yesterday was good. Please move forward.
So, did you ever try other source ways in the past?
Just traditional stuff like with billboards. I got a lot of traffic from referrals, and that's, I think, about it. We do great work, and I think that's the main factor.
So you're not doing anything currently active?
No, not really.
And how much would you say on average you make on each job?
On each job, I would say like, do you mean profit or general?
General and profit, please.
So per job, per project, I would say like 15 grand, and in profits, that's like 4 to 6 grand.
And how many of those people come from the billboards that you heard from mouth to mouth?
So it's of course hard to track, but I would say most of them come from the referrals.
Okay, so not a lot of the billboards if you need to trust your customers.
So I can't really estimate it, but I think some of them maybe come from the billboards, but not many of them.
So are you looking for a different way to really start getting new clients in the meantime to replace the billboards? Or because if I hear it like this, you are paying for something that doesn't give you at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm looking out. That's why I joined the call to explore my options. I mean, the most effective thing is always do great work. That's, I think, the main factor. Yeah, but I'm looking.
And how much people come from great work, you would say?
Say most of them. All the referrals come from the great work, and if people see us on the billboard and they just to look start to look us up, and I think they see some referrals, our experiences, and see what we can do, what we can provide, and see it's great work. So I think all of them.
Like, are you thinking or
Yeah, I'm thinking how to write the next question without making it sound like the ordinary. I feel like I'm just randomly
how does
going in
Nika,
a good
how does
flow.
it work? Is your microphone from your headphones working? Because
Yes.
are you 100% sure? Because we are able to hear other people more than you.
Oh no, they are like I said, loud.
Oh.
They are sitting on the back of my
Well-
PC. I can show you if you want.
No, that's fine. Well, you don't have any information that would be relevant for you. Like, how much is he currently making?
So he has around 3 people each month. So if he makes 50,000, it would be like 45,000 a month from new clients. But everything he does is mouth to mouth. He has billboards, but he doesn't really think there's coming anything from it. So I'm trying to point the pain point at the billboards to make him switch over to social media outreach.
Okay, but then what you need to know what are his profit margins, so you know where he is with the business, how much is he making, how much is his business bringing. You need to know what are his current outreach methods. This is something you were able to figure it out, but then you also want to basically pinpoint down his stupidity without calling it stupidity indirectly. That why has he not done anything else? Take into consideration he already knows that the billboards are not really working. And obviously just outside this call, because that he takes this call is obviously huge opportunity, but then you also want to understand what was he doing the other times. And I would say you just want to basically to find the pain, or basically you want to figure out what are his goals also for this year or for the next year, due to the fact that this year comes to the end. So you can calculate if he will be even on the track to hitting those.
Ik wens jullie nog, ja, morgen
So
een
going
goede
more
werkdag.
forward towards the
En je
goals he has and how much he makes.
ja, volgende geweest. Ik dank u wel, hè.
Yes.
Ik doe het graag gedaan. Ik ben hier samen. Dat is goed, dat krijg ik.
Oh, what was do you? Does it mean bye bye or what?
Yeah, my colleague is leaving.
2 or 1?
One.
God damn it. We need to get rid of the second one. Okay, then please move forward.
Yeah, to be honest, how would you move forward? Because to be honest, I feel like I'm fucking up at the moment. I'm drawing random questions and I don't feel like
Cool.
there's a
Then start from the
logical way.
beginning, or if you want to, you can switch it up with Ruski, so you can get the feeling of what questions would he ask.
Yeah, can we maybe switch up?
Please be my guest,
If you don't
Ruski.
mind.
Ruski, here's your prey. Hunt.
Okay, so second. So, how are you, Nika, today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. So, how this call is going to be structured today is I want to see where you're currently at with your company. Then I want to see where you want to go in the future, and if we are a good fit for each other to see if I even can help your business to grow. So, that sounds all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Can I ask you, what has you brought on the call in the first place?
The fuck did you just ask? Beginning of the
Uh,
sentence didn't make sense.
Yeah, I just
Please
sometimes
take
fuck up.
take a deep breath, open your mouth when you speak, and ask again.
So, what brought you on the call in the first place today?
On the cold call, you said something about geo. Not sure anymore, but it sounded very interesting at the moment. So
So, what I told you about was geo-targeting, and I'm happy to tell you about more later, but just to get clear, I need some information from you to understand where you're currently at. And so I will ask you some questions. So, which lead generation
Risky.
sources do you have?
Just from your point, actually no, Nika. From your point of view, does he sound confident?
no, not at all.
Ruski, imagine you have balls. Imagine they are producing testosterone, and please utilize it. It's a very strong. Is it hormone? No, am I right?
It's a hormone, I think. But I have this feeling that my German accent, if I
Yeah, male
make
hormone.
sentences, just comes through like hard.
Not that hard.
You have
No?
zero emotions. Your accent is not as bad. It just there's zero confidence in the way you speak. I'm very confident in the fact that if you will approach Nika, she will immediately say no just by the way you will say hey.
Just sounds scared.
Yeah, like a puppy in a like a corner. You know when you want to adopt a puppy, and then there is always one puppy just somewhere random in the corner. Yeah, you sound like
I
that.
think I have to memorize these questions. Like I have to look on the sheet like I haven't memorized them.
No, that's why we are practicing. So we force your brain to think out of those questions because it is not. It is not forced. How you want to see this is it is not about teaching your brain how to memorize something that is on piece of paper because this is something you do in a fucking school. What I want you guys to learn is how to train your brain to come out with those questions because sales is like a dance. In order to dance, you need to think a specific way. So if, for example, someone doesn't answer the question, but the question for that answer will be extremely important, you can ask the same question in a different way where the person is not gonna understand that it is literally the same question and then give you the answer that he previously or she didn't wanted to give you. But it all starts with the small basics as, hey, how are you doing today? So please start again.
So, how are you doing today, Nika?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So, have you ever Have you
What the
closed some
fuck?
deals?
The first part was perfect.
Ah.
Hey, how are you doing? Perfect. Zero accent, nothing, confidence. Yeah, I'm doing fine. What the fuck happened there?
I don't know. I just have the feeling if when I start to speak more, like in sentences, I just have the feeling that that the words don't sound like really English. That I bubble like. Do you understand what I mean?
Just because you're focusing yourself on what you're saying. You're not focusing also on yourself what can be said. You're focusing yourself on what are you currently saying, and you're listening to yourself.
Hmm.
That's not the no. Focus yourself on Nika because she's the prospect in this case. Like you are not. This is also one of the reasons why, for example, I like recommended Chowder to shave his head because on a sales call he was only focusing him on like himself on himself.
Hmm.
With that, you're eliminating this aspect because of which your brain is forced to find another aspect that can be improved because it understands, oh, I look like a fucking idiot. So what can I do in order to make myself look better or make myself sound better? So, Ruski, you can shake your head. Please move forward.
So, how are you doing today, Nika?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. So how this call is going to be, I will tell you something about how our lead generation is going to be. I will ask you some questions to pinpoint your pain point, where your company is currently at, and where you want to go. And
Okay,
I have to ask you.
stop. The first thing you said was lead generation, which is a
Yeah.
buzzword, and then you said the pain points. I'm gonna find your pain points and I'm gonna pin them down.
Hmm.
Huh? Okay,
I
you know
don't
what?
even know why
I
I
take it
said it.
back. I take it back. Nika was supposed to speak to you because I was thinking you're capable of asking questions. Miles, please help me out right here. Before the black man came from the hood. He was on a rampage and now he's gonna sell you something. Please, Miles, try to sell something to Nika and just like do the pre-frame and the discovery questions because Nika doesn't know the questions. And Ruski is currently being Ruski.
Hey Nika, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. How was your day? Did you close any deal?
Today I didn't, but last week was not that bad.
Okay, gotcha. So how this one is going to go? I'll ask you a couple of questions to know where you are right now and where you want to go. And then if I feel we are aligned and we are a good fit for each other, I'll be happy to break down our systems for you. Does it sound fair?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, wonderful. So Nika, tell me, what is that one thing that brought you to this call today?
I don't know. I don't really remember the call. I only remembered something that's really, I don't know. It felt like something different than all the other calls I got, but can't tell you what.
Okay, gotcha. So would you tell me like that getting more work is something interesting to you?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, but tell me, what are you currently doing to generate more work?
We tried an agency who said they were gonna do some advertising on different platforms, but not sure how they did it. Only knew they sucked.
And right now, what are you doing?
At the moment, I'm in doing nothing.
Nothing active, so you just depend on referrals, right?
Yeah, I prefer to fully focus on my business and
Mhm.
not on the advertising.
Okay, gotcha. So tell me, what do you think was wrong with that agency you worked with?
Like I said, they didn't do anything. We had maybe like 1 or 2 leads in a month.
Hmm. And these deals were not able to be, this is couldn't be closed. Okay, but tell me, did they have results with other companies?
They said so, and they showed some of their reviews, but yeah, in the end,
Why do you think?
let's see.
Why do you think it did not work for you in particular? If it worked for other companies.
I don't know. I'm not into advertising and all that stuff, so I don't know why
Mhm.
it didn't work on me.
Gotcha. But do you think the problem is the advertising itself or the people who work with you?
The people you work with, the people you have chosen, because then you want to make the blame on them or on her decision that she made incorrectly, because you want to see if that's her pain point.
So would you say the problem was the advertising itself, that the advertising, or the people you worked with?
I think the people, I think I accidentally just stumbled on some kids who are trying to make it in the world, but they can't.
Mm. Okay, but passing that, tell me, how you say you're currently depending on referrals. How many jobs can you get every month, like on average, monthly?
50?
50 leads?
Yes.
And what's your closing rate?
I think depends on the worst case 10, best case 25.
Okay, so like a 25%. Okay, but referrals, hmm, it's a little bit weird because referrals generally have higher closing rates,
You have mental issues, Miles.
Did you say
No,
percentage?
no. Exactly. So you said closing rate. She told you in percentage. You and you have then made your calculations with it, and your question was incorrectly. You were expecting a different answer, and you asked the wrong question.
What do you
Were you
mean?
interested in the percentage, or were you interested on how many does she close from those 50?
But I can get it. If I know it's 25%, I can get it. It's easy.
No, but you have confused her, and that shows your incompetence because you have asked the question in a complete retarded way. And if she makes money and she's an intellectual buyer, that will put you in a very bad position. What did you wanted to ask? What did you wanted to find out?
Yeah, I just want to know how many of these leads she can close.
Then you ask an incorrect question because you said, "What's your closing rate?" Closing rate is in a percentage, and I think she gave
Yeah,
you a
I know.
percentage.
Yeah, from that I could just do my math and know how many people she closes from the 50 leads.
That's
On
absolutely
average, she gets.
fine, but this is not what you asked. You asked for a percentage. She gave you a percentage, and you have done your own calculation on it.
But I can do my calculations.
No, yes, but your calculation was incorrect because she already gave you a percentage.
25% of 50 leads.
I have a feeling you fucked up with the question, but just reset the question. It's like, Nika, you also got confused, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
now I'm totally fucked in my head at the moment.
Okay, just try again, Miles. Just from the last question.
Yeah, so you said you were getting like 50 leads with referrals monthly on average. Tell me, how many people can you close from these 50?
Between 10 and 25.
Okay, between 10 and 25. Hmm. Which pretty high range. Do you mean it's a little bit inconsistent?
Yeah, it's inconsistent, but that's just because it comes from other people. It's mouth to mouth advertising.
Mhm.
So sometimes people are like, "Yeah, let's do it," and they don't even need to call. And other times they're like, "Oh, I'm not sure. I heard that one is also good." So
Mhm. Mhm. But tell me, Nika, with these 15 jobs that you can get monthly, what's your average job value?
uh, I think between 800 and 1,000.
Between 800 and 1,000. Okay. But this is for the company, right? What are your margins for you?
Yes.
Tell me.
I take 10%.
10%. But what would you say, Nika, was your revenue goal for this year?
My goal, or
Yeah, your goal for this year. Yeah.
have to hit 500.
500K?
Yes.
Oh, but Nika, I just did my math, but do you realize and where are you right now? Just asking.
How do you mean?
Do you think you're close to your goal right now?
I haven't looked into the books in a while, so not sure.
Okay, look, Nika, I did my maths. We are on the 10th month, and doing my maths, your company generates, let's say, around 20K every month, and on 10 months, that's 200K. There's a very huge gap between your revenue goal and this.
Yeah,
Do you
but
think you
that's
could
my
reach
goal, right?
this goal? Yeah. Do you think you could reach
So
this goal by the end of the year?
no, I'm not gonna reach it, but set your limits high to push yourself further.
Okay, gotcha. But I guess you're really trying to reach your goal. If you are really trying, why are you not implementing something else? Because it's obvious that you won't get to it.
That's a dumb question. What you can ask is, don't say "but," by the way, because like this is a very negative, like negative word. Because she basically told you, yeah, but that's why I'm having a big goals, and you said yes, but then I'll just say yes. However, what were you planning to implement in order to close the gap of 300,000? Because from the current math that we have just confirmed, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like you will need to work 2.5 years, or you will basically need roughly 25 months with the current results to even get to your goal. So how does that work? Like what were you trying to implement? Or if you want to, granted, it's not 100% sure that she's an intellectual buyer, but there is a chance that she is. So it would not work. But if she's not, huh?
She's literally broke. Like 10% of 20K every month is 2K.
Yes. So in that case, oh yeah, oh, fuck, I was thinking about yearly. So what you can do is be like, so why have you not done anything to get closer to your goal? And if she's gonna say, yeah, I'm on this call with you, yes, but why have you not done anything before? Like why have you waited, for example, for us to reach out to you when you have not done anything before? Because then you are going into her pain, and then you can push deeper and deeper. So please try again.
Okay, Nika, I get you, but seeing this gap, I just want to know, why haven't you tried anything to really get to your goal by the end of this year?
Well, I tried different agencies, but to be honest, I truly believe in quality over quantity. So I try to make sure my business always delivers quality. And I'm searching someone who knows more about advertising who can get that set up. So I can make sure that the quality stays good and people keep coming back or refer to other people. Understand?
You understand? So tell me, Nika, if we could be these people, these experts that could bring this good advertising to your business and maybe reach your target for the next year, because this year will be a little bit difficult, is it something that you may move forward with?
If I have trust in your progress, yes, I would love to try it.
If you have what do you mean by if you have trust in our progress? You just want to see. I don't
Well,
understand.
like I said, I tried other ones before. I fucked up with my judgment, so I need to 100% trust you with a part of my company. For me, it needs to make money instead of give away.
So what do you call trust? Like, what do you want to see or to what do you want to see us do
No,
or
no.
something like that?
Too complicated. Just say, so what do you define as trust?
Easy.
Or what can I understand under trust for you?
But Nika, what can I understand on the trust for you?
I want to see your results. I want to see your progress. I want to understand the whole basics on how you do it simply. I don't have to know how I do it. I just need to know what you're doing. So I can say like, I trust you or I don't. Because at the end of the day, it's my money that goes to you. So I need to get some money back for it. It's not just paying and not giving, if you understand.
Yeah, of course, of course. So Nika, I got you. So basically, with what we have, I genuinely believe we can help you. So would you let me just give me 1 minute? I'll pop out the presentation, my
Don't
presentation for
fucking
you,
say
for
what.
me to show you.
No 1 minute. Why 1 minute? How 1 minute?
It's too much.
If you will take 1 minute to pop up a presentation, I will kill you. It's 1 second to pop up a presentation. If you don't have it ready in the background, you're spastic. Especially because you can just literally save your bookmark yourself a live view link, and then upon you clicking on the bookmark, immediately open and ready to present. So please try your transition to pitch again.
So Nika, I got everything I needed. So I genuinely believe we can help you. Right now, I'll give me 1 second. I will show you our presentation and what we do for you to get an understanding. And after that, if you love it, we can move together. If you don't, no hard feelings. Okay for you?
Yeah, sure.
No, just ask, does that sound fair enough? Cool. Nika, do you now understand how to roughly ask questions?
A little bit, but I forgot to take notes.
Which is absolutely fine because we train your brain and I don't give two fucks about your notes. So please pick if you want to do it with Ruski or if you want to do it with the Blackman.
Doesn't matter to me.
Please do it with. Excuse me?
Nika.
What did she say?
No, she said she doesn't care.
Yeah, you can pick Ruski.
Okay.
What do I hear in the background? Or am I the only one? Oh, that's you.
Yeah, it's me. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So please start.
Hi, Ruski. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Just got off from work. And how about you?
Doing great, thank you. So, what made you decide to make time to come on this call today?
I don't know. You on the call you said something like you can get me more appointments, something like that. And I thought, why not? Just join the call, hear what you have to say. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, have you tried any lead generation sources before, or?
I tried some stuff, I would say. Just traditional things like billboards, um, door to door, stuff like that. And I had one agency, tried them with them, partnered up like 3 to 4 months, but hasn't really worked out for me. Burned a lot of money.
And are you using anything currently, or?
Not as of right now, just like referrals, of course, always, and some billboards.
So, if you need to guess, how many new clients do you see every month?
I would say like on average 14.
And how much of them would you close?
I close on average like 3 to 5.
And if you need to take a guess, which one of all the ways you tried getting new leads worked the best?
I would say, of course, referrals. We do great work and I believe in it. So that's the most important thing.
And how much do you make from one job? If you need to guess.
Can I ask you why do you need to know that?
It's just so I can get a clear picture of your company, just to make sure that we know how we can help you the best.
Hmm. Okay, so per project I would say like up to six grand.
I'm sorry, how much? 6?
6 grand.
6. And how much jobs do you do each month?
Each month like I said, I close like 3 to 5.
So around 24,000.
Yes.
And how many jobs have you done so far?
This month or year or
In the year.
okay, in this year I would say like don't let me lie, like 15.
So what would be your goal by the end of the year?
For this year or the next year?
For this year and for next year?
Hmm. So I would say like what is it like we have 2 3 months left. I would say close like 10 more, and for the next year overall close like 25.
So your goal for this year would be the same for as for next year. If I'm correct.
Wait. I have a better question. How the fuck is he able to afford bread?
Hmm?
You have average job value of 6,000, correct?
Hmm?
How many jobs have you done this year so far? 15, correct?
Hmm?
At which month are we at?
October, yeah. I knew
Yes.
it's fucked up.
What is 6,000 divided by 15?
6,000. Oh, it's like
It's
750 or
400.
something.
90?
400. As a matter of fact, if we divide it by a month, we have October, so that's the 10th month. So 6,000 divided by 10 is, come on, kids.
600.
Correct. How the fuck are you able to afford food?
That's the point. I just, fucked up.
No. It is not your fuck up. It is Nika's fuck up. Do you know why? She is not noticed. In this case, Nika, you look at the prospect and you're like, sorry, did you say 15 throughout the year? So bread is, a little bit expensive nowadays, isn't it? And if they are confused, I'm more than happy for you to just explain to them why.
Okay, so try to keep up with math. Try to keep up with the math.
Yes, very important, because either there was a huge mistake or you are talking to someone who is extremely broke, because that's under minimum wage. So you want to clarify if he has any other job, because if not, he's properly broke. And in that case, you can play with this person as you want to, because it's extremely broke. So in that case, just train how to pull pain and how to make someone cry on the sales call. Because you're definitely not going to be able to sell him shit, because he's literally too broke.
So just make him desperate.
No, just train how to pull pain from someone to the point where the person's going to cry. Because in the best case, the person can mortgage their house or whatever just to pay you. In the worst case, you're just going to learn how to pull pain. Understandable?
Yeah, I get it.
Cool. Please try to point it out.
So you said you did 15 jobs so far.
Oh, sorry, did I say 15?
Yeah, you said 15 to me.
15 closed deals per month, yeah? Per year, this year so far. I said. I actually meant more like 50, sorry. Just a misspell for me.
So then your average closing rate would be a little bit higher.
Yes.
So in that case, what would your goals be this year to add up to it?
I would say for this year, isn't really much left, but maybe close more to 15 more deals. Yeah, for this year.
So what would be the goal for next year?
In the best case, double it, of course. The whole year, just double it. Aim high.
So you would like to have around 130 closes next year.
Yes.
But you haven't done any active ways to get more new clients, if I'm correct.
I mean, if you say it like that, but we do great work. I believe in it. We tried there and here. We tried with an agency, like I said, but I got, burned a lot of money. But I'm looking out for something new.
So what kind of new are you actually looking for in that case?
Sorry?
You said you were looking for something new. So what's the difference that you're looking for in another agency that the other one didn't have?
No. You want to, I get where you come from with this question. What you want to say is reformulate it in a manner where it's going to be like, Okay. So you have told me you're looking for something new, and take into consideration you also have worked with unfortunately not a good marketing agency before. So could you define for me new? Like, what do you exactly mean by it? Just so I have also clarity on my side, and also just so I know if what is it that we are doing fits you or fits the expectation that you may or may not have. It's a better way of you asking. So, what's new?
Yeah, at the end of my sentence, I noticed that I was looking up.
So please try to reformulate the question you wanted to ask.
So you tried an agency before, but what's that something new that you are looking for?
So I trust him a little bit blindly. I'm not an idiot, but I gave them more trust than they deserved, I would say. But I look out like more transparency. Yeah. And I just want to see results. Like if I see my calendar, I need to be booked out all the time. Just more appointments.
Okay, so you want more insight on the what's happening and more updates on how it's going, and if I'm correct, just really understand the process so you can start doubling your closes.
Yeah, I mean, and in the end, I just want to make more money, like we all love to.
Yeah, that's always the end goal, the money. If you want, I can show you a small presentation on how we do everything, explain to you, like we have weekly calls and all the inside stuff. And if you're interested, we can afterwards maybe start working together. And if you're not, good friends, no matter what.
Hmm. I mean, it sounds interesting, but I kind of want to run right now. How long does it take, approximately?
It most likely won't be longer than 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would say I can squeeze it in.
That would be great. Then just give me 1 second. I don't have a presentation, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fine. We stop you. You should have it on the bookmark though.
Yeah, but like there are a lot of empty blanks in them where there should be pictures, so still need to
Yes,
fill it in,
that's
and it's
for you
for
to
the
adjust.
dentist. So I still need to adjust some stuff.
That's for you to do. If you want to, we can just hop on a call and do that. Wonderful. Ruski, please. Now you.
So, how are you doing, Nika?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. So, have you closed any deals today or?
Today, no, I didn't, but I have had a good week. Can't complain.
Okay, nice, nice. So, I'm going to tell you how this call is going to be structured. So, I will ask you some questions where you are right now. Then I need to see where you want to go, what are your goals with your company, and so I can pinpoint your how the future goes for us both, you know? So can I ask you in the first place what brought you to the call?
Yeah, I think I heard something about geo trafficking or something. I don't know. It's something new I heard, so I thought let's check it out.
Hmm. So what I told you on the cold call was geo-targeting, and I'm happy to tell you more about it later. But firstly, which lead generation sources do you use currently?
Well, we tried on LinkedIn and on Google, but didn't go as good as planned. So we tried an agency, but that also didn't work that well. So at the moment, we just do papers, billboards, stuff like that.
Hmm. And what would you say, how many of those billboards, newspapers and stuff like that how many engage with them monthly? How many leads do you get from them?
From the newspapers, I think around 10. Billboards, can't be sure. I hear some people say sometimes like, yeah, I saw your board and was checking it out, but on that one I can't pin a number.
Okay. So, and which one of these sources were the most effective one, including Google and LinkedIn, like you said?
Well, they didn't work that well, to be honest. I think that the newspaper is doing the best at the moment.
Hmm. Okay. Um, just in your mind, what do you believe is the main obstacle that's preventing you from reaching the next level?
Well, I'm not that great with social media, so I think that's a big struggle that I'm having.
Hmm. You said you get like 10 leads per month from newspapers and billboards you can't exactly pin, but on average, like from all sources, how many leads do you get?
From all sources, I would think between 25 and 50, depends on the
20,
month.
25 to 50, okay. And what's the average project price on them?
Uh, Around 1,000. Some of them are only 200, so I
Hmm,
think that's around what would be 33% are like small jobs, and the rest is like big jobs.
okay, I understand. So, and how many deals have you closed so far this year?
This year, let's see, I think around 300.
300, okay. So, what are your targets for the rest of the year?
I hope to add, I think the best way would be if I could add another 150.
Another 100 to 50, okay. And what are some targets for the next year?
For next year, I hope to at least expand with 50% of what we made this year.
Okay, okay. Sorry, can you repeat that?
I hope to expand the business with at
Wait,
least 50% of what we made this year.
what the fuck? You said okay, okay, and then you say, wait a second, can you repeat that?
I understood like she wants to scale back like 50%, and I just got confused. Okay, so
Then just say, okay, I think I may misunderstood you. Could you please repeat that for me? Just so I have clarity on my side.
hmm, okay. So what are primary factors that prevent you from reaching your targets? Of course, aside from market conditions.
Well, I think that's the biggest problem because all the other things we tried, they work good enough to make money, more money from them than they cost. It's just that's the one part that we haven't really tried in a good way. So I think if we try that, we can really scale up.
Hmm. Okay, I understand. So your target is to scale about 50% from this year in the next year, but you said you use newspapers and billboards, but that's like methods you can't really track. So do you try something more actively where you know where customers come in?
No, not really.
Okay, so you're not really having something active and trackable. And you said you worked with an agency in the past,
Yes, correct.
and that hasn't really worked well for you, yes?
They did worse than how much people I heard talking about our billboards. So I gave them 3 months and they had to leave. They cost me more than I made. So
No, I understand. So I'm a little bit in the space for some time, and I saw a lot of kids working here, but we are real men working here, so I'm wanting to
Why?
help you.
Why? Which good fucking man would say we are men's working here? Like what the fuck?
Tech.
I doesn't want to say man. I just said something in my mind. Just it doesn't came like
The fuck no.
no.
Have you ever heard a man saying he's a man, or a king saying he's a king?
I need to say more like professionals or
Oh, that sounded very professional.
hmm.
It's like no one asks you and you say, yeah, I drive a Lamborghini, and everyone just looks confused at you. Just don't. Please try again. Like try this part again, because that was the worst fucking whatever you tried to do.
To be
Okay.
honest, Zach recommended to try that because he said sometimes it works, but in a different sentence he put it. He's like, I know there are a lot of children out there. I'm a man.
Yeah, I had
Yes.
it in the back in my mind. I just can't had the
That-
exact phrase.
That's absolutely correct. But the way he formulated it here was
Yeah.
not the same thing.
Okay. So Nika, I did my math and I'm really sure we can help you. So I did a little presentation for you where I tell you more about the geo-targeting you asked for and just in general how our process works and how the communication is going to work and yeah. So do you have like max 10, 15 minutes to get a demo to watch the presentation?
What the fuck? Why? Do you have mental fucking issues or something? Who the fuck asked that? No, just be like, so Nika, wonderful. I will comfortably say I will not see myself as a child. However, I prefer my results to speak for me. That's why, look, I'm more than happy to show you the whole process due to the fact that I have gathered enough information on my side. So, do you have any questions before we move forward? Wonderful. So just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Cool. Does anyone has any more questions?
I just wanted to ask when I'm cold calling, what is a booking rate percentage I should aim for? Like a KPI?
Oh, that is hard to tell.
Okay.
It just don't focus on booking rate, focus on how many calls you're doing. Because sure, the booking rate is important, but without numbers, you don't have enough data. And without data, I'm also not gonna be able to tell you which area was good, which area was bad. Yeah.
Okay. And just one more like personal question. So should I get a side job so I could like go 1 month or 1.5 months like without a side job and
Yeah.
focus just on cold calling and getting a client or
No.
no? Okay.
It's not a bad idea, especially for example on the weekends, just to have a side job. The only thing is you need to get in the routine of doing your work with as small time as possible as you have. So you can then, if you're gonna have more time, don't break it, but like just literally put more onto it. Because if you are currently not doing enough and you don't have much time and you're gonna have more time, you're not gonna do anything. It's gonna be the exact opposite. You're just gonna go through fucking TikTok or you're gonna play games or whatever. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I should look for one.
Yes, you can literally be a waiter or barista or whatever and the weekend. That's also good because you're gonna speak to a lot of people on a daily basis. So you're gonna be more comfortable in just speaking to random people.
Yeah, that's I thought like a cafe.
Yes, and learning sales is gonna allow you to even get more tips.
Okay.
Because as an example, if you're gonna clean someone's table, you can literally say, would you like coffee or dessert? Or would you like cappuccino or espresso? You're not gonna leave them a space for no. You're just gonna give them 2 options. Most of the people are gonna like it because they don't even see it, but they're gonna think, oh, that's actually a good idea. Or you can literally just make recommendations and stuff like that. Like you can get very easily tips for those kind of things. Any more questions? Okay, you opened your mouth and I'm not sure if you're sleepy or if you wanted to ask something.
No, I feel kind of dumb to ask it, but sometimes when I try Phantom, it sometimes generates some leads and sometimes it doesn't when I take just like the video set, I just take the link from Maps and put it in. And sometimes it just takes like different links and it just messes everything up. Then I have like all kinds of cities thrown in each other.
Remind me of what niche you're in?
Metspa.
Have you checked if you have phone numbers on Google Maps? Because if yes, then just use the instant data scraper.
I tried, but it doesn't take off the phone numbers. That's why I put it in Phantom.
Are you 100% sure that you have put it correctly? Do you have your laptop on you?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop right now.
Open Google, go to Google Maps and show me.
Wait, yeah, I do not. Oh, fuck.
The balloon looks weird on the windows. Let's type in Daytona Beach or whatever, or Philadelphia Mets by that's fine. Click on the extension.
Extension.
No, on the extension on the right corner, the instant data scraper.
Okay.
Yes. No, what are you doing? No, I can already tell you have chosen the wrong table. Move it to the right side. Click on try another table. Click once again. That's the correct data. Now move to the right side on the table. No. Move on the right side on the table so you can see if you actually collect the data you want to. You have the name of the med spa. You have address when they are open.
No phone
You
numbers.
actually don't have. No. I have a feeling you're just putting the wrong. Okay, in that case, there is nothing you can do in this case. But then there is a chance you're just copying the wrong link to Phantom Buster.